What's happening, YouTube? This your favorite YouTube cousin. Excuse me. My apologies. This right here is a reading for my other faith, cancers, right? Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. Body like a dancer. Anyway, what's happening? I hope y'all had a good Mother's Day weekend. I hope y'all feeling good, your toes good, your baby's good, the pets are good, your boo's good. So, we just had this Scorpio full moon. So I'm like, what the F, right? I feel like we just need to know what's coming our way, right? Even though I'm not a cancer, I got mad love for y'all. So let's get at it. Okay, so it's only fair to start it off with a little moonology. This is for Cancer. Before I came on camera, I already prayed and meditated, but I'm a girl of, I got to see it to believe it. So you got to shuffle them cards for me. So with that being said, let's get at it, Cancers. This is for the Scorpio full moon. I think they called it a strawberry moon. Don't quote me, right? Don't quote me. But this is a moon that is bringing sugar, honey, iced tea to light. This just came out. It's hold your vision, right? It's a fixed moon. I don't know what a fixed moon is, but if I had to say and use my premonition, it's like whatever it is that you have in sight in your mind's eye to hold on to it. Anything that you want to do is yours for the taking, right? You just got to believe that you deserve it. Okay. Spirit guide, guardian angels of the most high divine white light. I ask that you bless and protect us. Allow me to be a conduit, energy, a source to relay a positive, clear, concise message for the beautiful Cancers. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guardian angels of the most high divine white light. So let's get into it, Cancers. All right. Your energy, the energy is gaining momentum. So whatever you putting out there with your thoughts is coming, right? It's everything happens in divine timing. What they say, as above, so below, as within, so without. But it just happens when it's meant to, not when our ego says we need it, right? Make sure this is green. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me see what I can get for your Cancer. This is for Cancer, just like that. They talking today. It says adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So you might be seeing something like towards the end of before the full moon, right? So the next full moon cycle, right before, you might start seeing some things. However, they're asking and encouraging you to make some changes to it, okay? So whatever you have in your mind's eye, this is saying that everything is possible, but maybe the way you thought it was going to happen, it may need some tweaking, like your plan. Your plan is practical, but you need to go back and reassess, right? Okay. This right here is the sacred symbol of the oracle for my beautiful Cancers. Ask that you bless and protect us. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. All right. The energy, truth, right? Stand in your truth. I don't know if somebody is questioning you, challenging you, but whatever it is, to thy own self, be true to yourself. Always tell the truth, right? Especially to your mom, your doctor, and your attorney, and your boo. That's just that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. All right, then, let's get at it. I just need a message for Cancer, please, Spirit. What does Cancer need to know? What needs to be revealed for this full moon of Scorpio? Thank you, Spirit. We just need one card. One card for the beautiful Cancer. Okay. Take it up. Take it up, my baby. Thank you. Okay, that gave you two. So this right here is a period of growth, right? You always growing, you always evolving. Never be complacent, never stand in one place. The evolution of life is to keep on moving and progressing, right? Stay grounded. So okay, if you are not practicing some type of grounding techniques like yoga, Reiki, meditating, walking out in nature, humming, whatever you do, they're asking and encouraging you to do that just as changes come and go, because changes happen so fast and so quickly, just to keep you grounded and centered and protected. Okay. Okay. All right. This right here is my fave. This is the Fates Oracle, right? So I just want to pull 3 cards and just see what the vibe is. What is it that Cancers need to be aware of for this new full moon in Scorpio? So it says, be proud of all the hard work you are working. It's about to pay off, right? That just came out. I mean, I told you I prayed and meditated over the cards. And one of the Moonology cards, the first one that came out, it was like, hold on to your vision. It's about to pay off. So I'm seeing the signs and symbols and synchronicities already. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for showing that to my beautiful Cancers. Okay. We're about to go at it. Shake it up. Get up, my baby. Shake your body. All right, confusion and turmoil. So hopefully you're not living in some type of confusion or turmoil. Remember, one of the cards that came out was like truth, right? Maybe you know the truth. Maybe somebody's trying to come to you and tell you that what you know, because cancers, baby, they're very intuitive, very intuitive. So maybe somebody's trying to like, I say a lot of little words that make sense to me. And I would say some flim flam, trying to put the banana in the tailpipe, trying to tell you something is what it isn't, right? Or making you believe something that is false. So that's what I'm saying to you. So with this confusion and turmoil, it's like somebody is trying to spin the truth on you, but you know it to be a lie. Okay. All right then. So that's what's coming out. All right. Spirit, what we need. This wants to come out. I'm gonna just put it right here. But if it ain't falling, I ain't touching it. But that one, it felt a little funny. This is for Cancer. Thank you. One more, Spirit. What does Cancers need to know? Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So you could be messing around, or the energy around you could be another water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. We're going to pull this other card over too. They also got wishes coming true, but we're going to unpack it slowly, right? I ain't going to rush through it. We're going to take our time. Okay. All right. So we got planning and working on it. So maybe this month, remember it said you need to go back to the drawing board, just maybe make some tweaking, right? Some tweaks to whatever that you're trying to, like these plans that you have that you're trying to bring into fruition. So they're saying work on it. You may need to look at your plans, double check it. I believe really in manifestation, and I'm going to tell you this. Don't share a whole lot with people, right? Not even to your mama. And we love mamas, but sometimes mothers, they do too much, right? But what I'm trying to say is when you manifesting something, sometimes people don't see it for themselves, so they don't see it for you, right? So, but if you really know in your heart of hearts that you have someone that you really, really, truly trust, then okay, say something to somebody. But if not, you might just have to go to source. You may have to pray. You may have to meditate. Remember, it did say get grounded. So you make sure you're doing the right thing, that is according to your most high divine will, right? Because it sounds like what you have is something good that can bring you in a great abundance of money. You just can't tell a lot of people because sometimes people can delay your progress and or put things in your head where you can't make things manifest or bring them into fruition, okay? They're also saying through the strawberry, I keep saying strawberry, but I think it's strawberry, but don't quote me. Put it in the comments what type of moon it is. But it's definitely saying that the Scorpio full moon, you may have some periods of some sadness, some regrets. Listen, you only live once. And don't beat yourself up, okay? If something happened in the past or you feel like, Lena G, this should have happened a long time ago. I hate that it's taken me a long time, and or you have regrets about something you did in the past, what you did to someone, or what have you, or somebody that passed on. Listen, at that moment, you made the best decision for your life, okay? I really don't want you holding on to the past because there's nothing we can do about it. I just really want you to forgive yourself, forgive the other person involved. I want you to process it because I don't want you to act like you a droid, Deal with it, but I want you to move on because you got so much uncharted territory to explore. And if it doesn't apply, maybe it'll apply to one person, right? This is also saying you got luck on your side. So this is a very good time for you right now. You have some good news coming. And then this was the other card that wanted to come out that was kind of in my hand, but not in my hand, right? Just be careful of fake illusions. You know, people present one way, but they really are something else. Don't just look at superficial. Don't just look at surface. Really get to know a person. Look at their values, right? Because it sounds like somebody is trying to create an illusion. Remember, it was truth, right? So somebody is definitely wearing a mask. Somebody's living a double life. They're pretending to be something than they are, and they're trying to make it seem like their life is so much greater than what it truly is. Okay, so those are some of the things that you could be dealing with. This person could be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. Definitely talking about you. So your energy is all up in the mix. Okay, all right. So let's get at it. I'm using my intuitive tarot deck. And like I said to everyone else, it's because, you know, your girl, I'm learning tarot. This is something that I've always had a gift or a craft for, but I started working on it a year ago. But I was just always too shy, which is hence the reason why you don't see all of me. But yeah, I was always too shy. And if you know me, I am a shy person and I'm not, right? But anyway, saying all that to say, the reversals, they get to me sometimes. So this helps me pull me through it, right? Even though I try to also read intuitively. All right, there you have it. You got the backstory on Lena G. I'm being vulnerable. Anyway, let's get at it. All right, then, Spirit. Show me what I need to show or know and convey to my beautiful cancers at this very moment. So it's saying Five of Cups, and this is in reverse, which is good. Five of, not cups, coins, pentacles. This is saying, right, maybe right now, the overall energy for you is you are rebuilding, right? Maybe you went through a struggle. Maybe you're trying to get something off the ground, but now you're coming into acceptance with yourself to say, okay, you're licking your wounds and you're moving on, right? And it's like you're trudging or treading forward and you're making positive strides. So that's the energy around you. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Spirit, help me to convey a good message for my beautiful cancers. So it's telling me Five of Swords. Okay. So this is letting me know that with, I'm sorry, Ten of Swords. This is saying that something is over with this Ten of Swords. Okay. I'm sorry, I got my little trap music going on. Okay. It's a little loud. So this is telling me that you are at the final chapter, right? Um, okay, let's keep going before I start coming up with my assumptions. Maybe somebody betrayed you. Somebody backstabbed you. There's a lot of blockages like in your way in terms of you moving forward. And it sounds like you kind of broke free. Okay, so now you're about to start a new beginning. Let's get at it. All right. Then we got the Eight of Wands. So this is something moving in fast. So you got a lot of changes. You could be moving, you could be traveling, but this is telling me that you're making progress very swiftly, and you're in the right direction. You're moving on the right path. So good for you. Okay. What else we need to know from my beautiful cancers? With the body like a dancer. Ah. All right, all right. What's happening? All right, so you got an ending. This ending could have happened very fast too. You know, could have happened very fast. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe that's some regrets. This Wheel of Fortune act like you didn't really know if it wanted to be upright or not. But so it's like you're kind of like in the middle. It's saying that you're leaving life up to chance, and if that is the case, you're moving in a direction that you're supposed to. Like you're getting your good karma. Maybe for a minute you were stuck, but now you're getting unstuck, right? Like you know how you have a car and it veer off to the side. Well, now you're making some noise, but you got good luck. You got expansion on your side. So it's time, right? It's time, right? That's what I'm getting. So we're not looking back. No regrets. We moving forward, Cancers. What's the outcome? What's the outcome for Cancer during this full moon of Scorpio? No, Scorpio was a dark, heavy energy. Four of Cups. So, but this is a four of, I think cups is coins, pentacles. But this is saying that, the outcome is you reanalyzing your life. You know how you go through a midlife crisis or you're moving, and when you move, you start discovering stuff you don't need. Well, that's where it seems like where you are right now, my fellow Cancers. So this Four of Pentacles is like you realizing all that stuff that you had in your life is outdated. You no longer need it. So you reevaluating and you are prioritizing people, places, situations in your life that need to stay or need to go. Good for you. Good for you. What's up with this Ten of Swords? Why is this Ten of Swords here? This final chapter. What's ending? What's ending for Cancers? Okay, justice. So something with now this flipped out like this, So you're kind of like in between two worlds, right? Of doing what's right. I don't know who that is. Trying to call. Sorry. So it's like you're trying to do what's right. It's like cause and effect, right? But you just want things balanced. But it's still this lingering effect of guilt and blame, right? Okay. So you're trying to end something or something is ending, but you still feel some guilt and blame, maybe some sadness and regret. That's what we were getting, right? Okay. Why is this justice here? Doing what's right. Empress. Yeah, and this came out sort of like this came out in reverse. And this Empress is like you blocked. So are you dependent on someone? You get me a little confused, just a little. So this is like saying you have feminine power, right? But you feel insecure. This is the final chapter of something that is supposed to be ending, but you could be blocking it. You could be blocking your creativity. You could be blocking something from ending, maybe because you are emotionally connected. Maybe it's not ending as fair and square as you would have liked it to. You understand? I don't know if this is a divorce. I don't know if you all are separating your affairs or your assets, but it seems like maybe you have some regret because you put so much into a situation, and because you put so much into a situation, it's almost like you have to go but you don't want to go, right? So you got some regrets. Maybe you felt like you stayed in a situation too long, right? And in the process, you neglected yourself, right? You didn't pay attention to maybe the red flags because it's a lot of red here. Red is the solar plex. It's like security, our creativity. That's the red, making sure that we feel safe, right? But you are safe, right? Maybe you don't know what the next step is, or maybe you're afraid of what's on the other side. But I'm just letting you know that right now you're probably feeling a little unsure of what the future holds. But this is what I'm going to say. Just take one step at a time and the rest will illuminate, okay? All right. How would this end with this Justice and Empress? And let me tell you, this is a lot of major arcanas, but you're definitely closing out a cycle, right? So stand in your truth, right? Seven of Wands, right? It's almost like you're licking your wounds. It sounds like you've been through a lot. So maybe you're going through a healing right now. You're going through a healing, right? And you live to fight another day. But this is letting me know that you are a survivor, right? You went through a lot, and maybe there was a lot of conflict where you were. But although it's telling you to count your blessings, right? Count your blessings because it could have been a lot worse, and it's not. Okay. All right then. Why is this Eight of Wands here? Why is this Eight of Wands? Why is there this swift progress and alignment? So this is like the Four of Wands, right? This could have been Maybe I was telling you, remember I was telling you that this is happening fast. Maybe you had to leave fast, you had to move out the house fast. You're going through a divorce, you're going through a bad breakup, and you don't have the support that you have because everything in your life is going fast right now. Why is this Four of Wands here, Spirit? Because you thought this love was going to last forever, right? And it didn't. It didn't. You thought this was like a love where you and this person was going to be together, right? And it didn't. It looked like this is the Five of Swords, and somebody didn't play by the rules, that somebody was being very deceptive, mischievous, and because of that, it was a plot twist. You thought something was going to be forever, ever, forever, ever, and it wasn't. But I think I said this. I don't know if it was in Taurus's read. Sometimes we looking for a beautiful love story, but not all love stories end happy, right? But sometimes these stories are meant to come into our lives to show us like lessons, things about ourselves in order for us to be a better version. You things will start leveling off for you during the winter solstice. So that's looking like around the middle of, I was going to say December. If it's not December, it's definitely the end of November. Okay. So that's when things will tie up, loose ends. So from the winter solstice all the way to next year. And or this could have happened, these changes could have started taking effect this past winter solstice, right? Yeah. Okay. What's up with this Wheel of Fortune, Spirit? Why is this Wheel of Fortune here for Cancer? Okay. So we got the sun, but it's in reverse. So although we got the Wheel of Fortune and the sun here, this is saying, they want you to have fun, right? They're telling you to look at the bright side. Yeah, maybe you lost something. And if you lost someone who passed away, my deepest and sincerest um, condolences, okay? But what they're saying is always stay true to yourself, your authentic self. Again, we're talking about truth. And it's also telling me to tell you that it can always be a lot worse. To show gratitude for even the littlest thing that you have. Because when you show appreciation of the littlest things, the universe will give you more things, right? They want to show you, or they want you to show them it, that even the littlest things you still find joy, you still find peace, you still find happiness. Okay. Okay. What else? So, but this is saying that the destined, like, good luck is coming, my dear. And you know what? We got the Wheel of Fortune and luck is on your side. So good things are happening to you. It's like you're on the upside of the good karma now. Okay. Okay, that flipped out kind of crazy. You got a lot of like in between things. Like things are you had more than like three cards that flipped up kind of like halfway. But this Two of Coins is like a balancing act. So definitely you had a choice of whoever you were involved with. Maybe you got a choice of where you're going, where you stand, what you're gonna do, or somebody had you as an option. But this is telling me that there was a lot of back and forth. However, you have to make a quick decision. And that's why it's telling you to go back, look at your plan, and make sure it's kind of airtight, right? Because this is really stressing and showing me that this new season with this Scorpio full moon, you're needing to be adaptable. And adaptable means that you may have to switch gears and change things at a drop of a dime. And that's what it's looking like that you're needing to do right now. You have a lot of major arcanas like the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun. You have the Empress, the Justice. These are all some heavy, heavy cards. They're not bad cards, but this is basically saying that if you were feeling insecure, maybe whatever you were going through, it probably affected your health, right? Because when you're dealing with stress on the body and you don't have anything to keep you grounded, because maybe that's the reason why grounded came up, you can lose yourself, right? And depression is real. People can go so deep in depression that you can't come out of it, and you really dug yourself a deep hole. So this is why they're saying that find fairness and balance in the situation, whatever that you just got out of. Don't take offense. Maybe it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but good things are still going to come out of it. So you probably didn't win the battle, but you won the war. You left out probably unscathed. Maybe you had to leave some things behind, but you still got yourself. You still got your dignity. Okay. I ain't trying to preach, but I just want you to understand. Don't get stuck in this chapter. Things are happening and they're moving in the right direction. Just don't get stuck. Okay. All right. Why do we got the sun in reverse and this two of coins? What are you trying to tell my beautiful cancers? Okay. Six of cups. So let me tell you, you could have somebody from your past that's coming back. This could be a soulmate. This could be somebody that this is pertaining to, right? It could be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio, because this is a water sign, but somebody is definitely trying to come back. This is somebody, it could be who was uncommitted, maybe somebody you just have fun with, right? But I just want you to know that this is somebody probably who was balancing you. Why is this Six of Cups here, Spirit? What are you trying to tell me about this Six of Cups? Emperor. So this could be an Aries. Somebody with Aries-like energy. It could be in their moon sign, their Venus sign, their rising sign. But this is somebody who is very controlling. Somebody who want you to believe what they tell you it is, right? Right. This person can be very inflexible. They could be a father figure. They could be very aggressive, very domineering. Is this somebody? Is this the person that's coming back? Upright, yes. Reverse, no. Upright, yes. Reverse, no. Oh shoot. This was the first card. Somebody, this is no. Nine of Wands, okay? But this is definitely saying choose your battles. This Queen of Coins, this is somebody who got, this is no also. But this is somebody that is very manipulative. Queen of Coins, hopefully I said. Somebody that's very manipulative, right? This person is very, very jealous and very defensive, and they probably take a victim type of approach. All I'm saying to you, Sugar Bear, is just be careful, okay? When you know better, we do better. What is the final outcome for Cancer? So remember, I told you to pay attention to people who put on like they're bigger than life. We got King of Coins again, and this is in reverse. This is somebody that is an earth sign. So they could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Again, very jealous. I'm seeing a theme here, jealous, stubborn. It's like my way or the highway. You know, they're not flexible, right? So I just want you to be careful with that. This is saying that you got the Three of Wands, you know, that you may have to return back home. Okay. Um, and they want you to start thinking big. Start thinking big about what you're trying to do with your life, right? It's like, remember you had the card of working on it and planning. Sometimes we got to go back to square one in order for us to take 10 steps back forward. And this is saying that above all, pride before your fall. Don't be so centered on superficial things, right? Because at the end of the day, those things really don't matter. Don't be so egocentric, okay? The Hermit, and don't be paralyzed by fear, because maybe this situation, what you're going through, it have you so afraid to take the next step. And maybe that's the reason why you're having regrets. You feel sad, right? But you have nothing to feel shame about. You have nothing to feel like inadequate. If I'm saying the right adjectives, whatever you're feeling that does not make you feel whole, I need you to release that, because that's not who you are. We have situations that happen in our lives, like I said earlier, to help us be a better version of ourselves. And that's what I really want you to take away, because You are powerful. You are dynamic. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are smart. Any other adjectives that somebody said that was mean or their perception of you, that's just their perception of you. Can't nobody tell you that you're something that you're not. You, who knows you better than you other than God, the person that created you? So I don't know why I had to tell you that, but I had to tell you that because you just need to know how great and wonderful and phenomenal of a person you are. Okay? Because sometimes we deal with these people with these egos and they think they know themselves and we hold them in high regards and they don't think highly of themselves and they want to tell us about us. No, 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 pussycat. You can't tell me better than me because I know me, right? The only person who know me is the God himself. Okay, enough about that. But I just want you to know that, okay? You are loved, you are special. Lena G love you for sure. Okay? All right. So let's get a little love messages, right? Let's just clear this right on up. But you are right, Cancer. Don't let nobody put you in a sunken place. And it look like your luck and karma is on the upside, okay? All right. This is the love oracle. Let's see what's going on with love, you know? All right, this for my beautiful cancers. What they need to know, Spirit. Bottom of the deck. You was dealing and or still dealing with a playboy, somebody who was for the streets, right? This person was very charming. They could have been a water sign. They could have been any sign. But yeah, they're very charming. They know what to say. But just know that you're being tested, right? Okay. Basically, remember I told you, I think it was the fake illusions, right? Somebody putting on a mask, make it seem like they something that they're not. So try not to just look at a person for how they present themselves, but who they are. Like really get to know them. I think the first 90 days, don't believe sugar, honey, iced tea that they say. Don't believe sugar, honey, iced tea, what they saying. And if you don't know what I'm saying, take the first letter of every word I just said. Thank you. One more card, please, Spirit. Because these people, they for the streets, baby. They for the streets. Okay. Mask is coming out again. So we're seeing a thing. So if somebody has a hidden motive, a concealed, they're disguising and they're lying. So this person is pretending, right? They get putting up smoke and mirrors, right? Like, you know how they have like Miss America and they had the confetti and the glitter. Was somebody throwing all that up so that you don't see the real them? Want you to see they want you to see the pomp and circumstances. They want you to see like all the glitter instead of seeing them for who they really are. Lena G just told you for 90 days, if you just met somebody, just listen. Go out, have coffee. Just listen because people love to talk about themselves. They like to brag about their accomplishments, what they're doing, what they've done. And I just want you to listen. Just listen, right? Because, and I want you to just take it in like you're a detective, right? Because you're going to start connecting the dots and then you're going to see what is real and what is fake, okay? Because a person they can only put up for a moment, right? They can't continue to do it, right? What was that? The Swindler? I didn't watch it, but I just heard the story, right? You could be going through heartbreak during this full moon cycle, a heartbreak, right? Very depressed, grief. You feel disappointed. I'm not going to tell you not to process it, but what I am going to tell you, don't stay in this space long, okay? You can't, you shouldn't. And the reason why you shouldn't is remember, I just said, people come into our lives and we're here on this plane to learn something, right? To learn from them. And although we want a happy ending, a beautiful love story, all love stories end the same way. Not all of them are a fairy tale like Disney. Disney portrayed that love is so beautiful, you're gonna walk off with your Prince Charming. But if you live in life, it don't go that way. So I want you to process it, but I want you to start looking at the lessons that you learn from this, right? Okay. Because when you hurt, And if you don't heal, you take that baggage with you to the next experience. But if you release it in love and don't hold no regrets and you wish them well, your load is lighter. You don't carry a lot of emotional baggage, okay? Um, in a sense, because not everybody's on the same timeline. Some of you could be having your wishes come true. You might be getting married, right? This person could be a water sign, but somebody's going to have you all in your emotions. If it's not a proposal, somebody may want to take it to another level. Somebody may want to, commit with you. They want you to be they only one, they boo thing. Okay? Somebody may want a relationship. Okay? All right then. Let's get at it. How we doing? We almost a little over. Okay. I think I got this, and I just want to leave you with a guardian message. Okay. So, Cancer, your reading was a little different. Okay, only because emotionally, it just I hear that you're going through it. Right. It looks like you got some changes that's going on, especially like probably with your living situation and definitely relationship. And it sounds like you have been dealing with this since the winter. Okay. And if not, because like I said, everybody on different timelines, um, it could be something that's to come. Okay. And if you're forewarned, you're forewarned. So I think knowing is half the battle. Okay. Okay. So your girl is having a new channel starting off, right? I would like for you to engage with me, like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Okay. Tell me if it resonated. Let me know. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. What's at the bottom? A chaser. Somebody said they don't want to chase anymore, right? Maybe you a chaser. Maybe you a runner. They a chaser. They just want y'all to like level it out. 3 cards for my beautiful Cancers. Okay. I got 1. So somebody you ain't talking to, somebody want to come to you and start talking. Somebody that you ain't speaking with, they want to call you. They want to hear your voice. Somebody trying to let you go, right? And they said the way you love can never be matched because you're irreplaceable. You must not know about me. That part. All right. And then this is secrets. So I haven't told you everything. Yeah, be careful. Maybe somebody got some deeper feelings than what they share. Maybe it's something they want to tell you about their lifestyle. I hate to say it, their health. It doesn't have to mean anything bad, but maybe it's something about them that you don't know. You don't know everything. That's not Lana G telling you to wait 90 days, right? Especially if it's somebody new. Get to know a person, right? So before you start like emotionally connecting to someone, and then somebody in your corner, it sounds like somebody you already know, but still could be new, is wanting more space, right? They said, they don't really know what they want, right? So we got, was it a chaser? There was like a chaser at the bottom. But they want you to learn how to detach. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. Just be careful because it sounds like you got somebody in your energy. They still don't know what they want. They're keeping secrets. They don't know if they want to stay. They don't know if they want to be by themselves and do their own thing solo. You just don't know. So that sounds like somebody that's kind of confused with where they're going, right? And if that's the case, if they confused with their life, they're going to be confusing with you and in a relationship. You'll never know where you stand. So just be careful with that energy because that to me sounds like a time waster. If you are wanting something a little bit more traditional, or you're a type of person you want to know, like, where are we? Where are we taking this? Where are we going? Right? Okay. All right. So let's end with like a guardian message. Cancer. Body like a dancer. All right then. Let's get at it. All right. All right. Guardian of action. I just need 1 card, Spirit, for this beautiful Cancer. 3 of thought. It says, loving angels surround you to heal and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time, and then you will be able to see clearly how important this situation has been for your spiritual growth. I like that. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you embrace the future with joy. So that's pretty much what we've been talking about, Shug. I want you to love on yourself. So starting tomorrow, I want you to start journaling, right? Because I want in a year from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, I want you to see your growth, right? I want right now, I want you to just write about how you feel, your pain, how it's making you feel, how it's disturbing your life, how it's making your life better, if you even at that point. And then you're going to keep writing. I want you to commit at least to 3 times a week. I just want you to journal, journal, journal. It's called cognitive behavior therapy. I want you to get it out. Just start writing. First thing in the morning, how did you sleep? I slept all right. I couldn't go to sleep, or I slept like this because dot, dot, dot. I want you to get it out. Get it out. You in the shower, you could cry because at some point, you're going to start smiling again. You're going to start finding the joy of living again. You're going to start feeling joy, right? So I'm saying all this to say 6 months from now, maybe in a year when you're a lot more healed, because I want you to go out for a walk out in nature. I want you to get out your head and listen to the birds. I want you to feel the wind. I want you to feel God, the universe, like moving on your face, on your body. I want you to be grounded, okay? Because that's what I want you to do. If you're near the ocean, I live in Florida, so we got oceans all around. If you are up north, they got a lot of parks. I want you to walk around the park. They got little kids there. I want you to go sit in your car, roll the window down. If you can't walk, listen to the kids play. I want you to just get back to basics. I want you to hear the trees. If it starts raining, I want you to open up your windows and hear the rain rustling and blowing on the leaves. I want you to just get back in touch to yourself. I want you to re-love yourself. And I want you to just forgive what just happened in this last chapter, and I want you to move on. There you have it, Cancer. This your favorite cousin, Lena G, aka Super Duper Soul Star, baby. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I see you next time. And peace.